Hello once again, folks. This is High Lord Tamberlane bringing you, well, maybe not as much of one, but it's still an obscurity in miniature. Today we are going to be looking at a Crucible Guard figure. Who is it, in fact? Aurum Legate Lukas de Morray, a very complicated name, a Leolese warcaster. So, he has been a figure I was eagerly anticipating despite my lack of playing a Privateer press game in quite some time. Wow. Boom. And let us dump our goodness, miniature goodness on the table here. So what do we got? Nice resin body. I am a sucker for guys in steampunky power armor. What can I say? Got a pistol there. With the new Crucible Guard figures, they have the whole alchemist thing going on, so he's got all kinds of syringes and vials and doodads all over his armor there. Looks like some sort of a rebreather gas mask there. Interesting. One thing I do like, big, nice, easy spots to put the pieces in. I can't really get that in focus there. That's always a plus. I've had the biggest pain with some of Privateer's figures. Thankfully, not so much with the resins, but the older metals. Sometimes they had the most obnoxious pieces. So, we've got a hand. Making a fist. Exciting. And I am also a sucker for big honkin' steampunk hammers. I like this a lot. Looks like something the trolls would use. In fact, I'm tempted to pick up another and see about swapping out one of my Creel Warriors weapons and giving him that instead. Don't know if it'll fit. I'll have to check that out later. And somewhere is his head. Did I already lose it? No, it's over here. Let's see if we can find out some details about what we got going on here. With a very gruff and grimacy face, but he doesn't want to cooperate at the moment. And I'm not going to even attempt to say that name again. There we go. You going to focus? So a very generic, boring warcaster face. Not the most exciting. But I'm curious what he looks like put together. So I'll be back in a jiffy with some new glue that hopefully will actually stick. And we'll see how he compares to some of the other figures that Privateers put out. I'll be back. So we have got Lukas de Morray all finished up here. And you can take a closer look. So his armor is very Signarian if you're into War Machine. That's not super surprising because I think Lyle was very close in terms of allies at the time. And he's not glued on his base yet, so I'll just give him a quick turn around. La 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 la. Get him closer here. One thing I've always liked about figures like our friend Lukas de Morray here is that they look like they actually are designed to see some action. He reminds me of one of my favorite War Machine figures, which would be Commander Harkovich here. Similar in that they both have all kinds of stuff all over their gear. They look like they're going to do some actual soldiering. So I know my Harkovich isn't the greatest painting job, but good comparable size. And Harkovich, you know, he's a big guy. But our friend Lukas here, big guy too. Let's see, I grabbed a couple other War Machine figures just to give a good sense of scale. We've got a Signar Trencher Specialist there. Pretty comparable in height. And one of my favorite models right here. She's seen a lot of action in games outside of Privateer stuff, but she's still a cool figure nonetheless. I want to say that's the Blood Witch, something like that. And just to get a scorn in here, we got Makeda. And I was curious, since he is wearing power armor, how he compares to some of the Man of War stuff. I don't have any regular Man of Wars anymore. I sold off most of my Khador stuff, except for this cool dude, one of the Colden Grey Masters. I don't know what they're called, but he's just a badass Cossack looking dude in powered armor with lots of bling. Anyway, you might have seen him in that miniature of the moment video I made about him a while back. But anyway, so here is Lukas de Morray again. Good comparable size, nice looking figure. And as always with the resins that I've gotten from Privateer, very nice quality, low to minimal need for cleanup. And not too many pieces that weren't really obnoxiously keyed to put together. I mean, he was a nice quick build, just the two hands and the head needed to be attached. That's always easy. Nice plugs to fit them in. Really no complaints there at all. Overall, nice figure, other than the fact that we've got the typical warcaster tax, which seems to be, you know, something that all tabletop games, when you have those individual characters, tend to be a little bit more than they really should be. Oh no, well that wasn't supposed to happen. We'll get that fixed. So, I'm off to go fix Mr. de Morray's head. Hopefully this has been somewhat knowledgeable for you. And again, this is High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying sayonara. Bye-bye.